All right. Let's see if my fammy's here. What is good, fam? Oh no, my hat's dirty. I just realized that. That's not good. Ah. If you are watching this later, I am uploading, or if you're watching this now, I am uploading a video right after this live stream. So if you're watching this live stream, that means I uploaded a video also. So make sure you go check out that video. It's a video with me and my boy Omar Gosh TV. It's called The Dangers of Exploring. So I appreciate if you guys check it out. Also, on Monday, December 30th, I have a brand new video coming out, so make sure you guys check it out. And then 2025 starts, guys. That means all brand new videos coming for 2025. Really excited about that to show you guys what's coming. Also, thank you guys so much for all the love and prayers, and really appreciate everything you guys have been doing. Let me say hello to some of you guys here while you guys are coming on in. Yeah, I'm gonna be dropping that video in just a couple minutes, actually. I got a special guest I'm gonna bring on here in a minute. What up, Sue? Good to see you. Hey, Marty. What's up, Prayer Warrior? What's up, Justin? Hey, Mickey. Thomas Fam in the house. What's up, Mary? Heidi, good to see you. It's Livonia. What up, Weenie? Lady DMC. Mike Tyson. What's up? Hey, Kelly. Janine, what's good? Glenny, what's good, my boy? Amy, Mary, yeah. So, I'm just waiting for a couple people, more people to come in here before I get started. But yes, brand new video coming on Monday. So make sure you guys check it out. I'm almost done editing it. I actually was gonna try to upload it tonight. I might actually try to put it up tomorrow and get it up early. But I'm just going to say Monday just in case. But you may see a video from me then. Also, if you're just joining us, I'm dropping a it's a video. I'm dropping a video right after this live stream. So I'm going to actually set it to go live as soon as I end this live stream. And you guys can go and watch that. It's with my boy Omar Gosh TV and I at an abandoned cathedral. It's actually kind of strange because I was on my YouTube channel and I was looking at something that was unlisted, and I happened to see this video from 6 years ago that barely got any views, but somehow it was put on unlisted, and I'm not quite sure why it was on unlisted. I'm really not sure. It's kind of strange now to think about it. But I also took my boy Omar Gosh TV, who made a separate video, and I combined our videos together, so it's pretty cool for sure. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. What's up, Eddie and Jen? Good to see you guys. Missed you too. I really appreciate all the support, guys. I really do, and the understanding. I hate that I haven't uploaded basically all month. I'm gonna be struggling next month too. But as most of you guys know, I did a filming trip and then went back to South Carolina and decided, I was gonna start editing. I had so much videos to put up for this month. Had business plans. It was a lot, and got my phone call that my sister had stopped breathing, was rushed to the hospital, and she was brought back to life. Unfortunately, she's been in a coma ever since, so it's been a whole month since that's been the case. It's been an absolute just struggle and war. And my mom and family believes that if I wasn't there, she wouldn't be alive today. And I actually agree with them, because the things that this hospital has done is just, I don't know if it's considered negligent or just, I think what it is a huge corporation is part of a bunch of other hospitals. And I believe that they put profits ahead of patients. And there's been several things that have happened that honestly would make your blood boil. It's so freaking outrageous what I've had to deal with and the type of people I've had to deal with. And I will say I have gotten a lot of support from nurses, from different people within the hospital that told me, like, on the down low, you keep going, you keep doing this, you fight these people, because they know that this is what happens. I can't imagine how many people have passed away due to these people basically lying to families because they don't want to keep their patients in their beds for a month or two or whatever. It's just, if I wish I could get into the details, I can't, but I can just tell you that it is absolutely infuriating if you knew the things that I've had to deal with and the type of things that I've, gone through with this. It's just, oh my God. I will tell you this. I have over 10 hours of videos filmed, and I will be putting out a video or a series on at some point on the travesty of the United States healthcare system, because this hospital is just one hospital, but it also represents thousands of other hospitals. And what they're doing, along with some of the doctors, is just evil. And to be honest with you, some of these doctors don't have a heart. They really don't. Now, I'm not saying they all do. It's been two particular people at this hospital, two particular doctors that they should be in jail for what they've done. And I don't say that lightly. So it's pretty crazy what's been happening. And I've had so many people come up through with stories of things that have happened to them in the hospital. And it's funny because my biological dad, right after I graduated, I was gonna go visit with him. And we found out that he was, because I hadn't seen him since I was 5 years old. But we found out he was in the hospital, and the hospital had talked to my sister, older sister at the time, and she had told him that do not put him on a DNR. And she flew out there to go visit with him, and she got there and he coded and they had him as a DNR. So as she was literally flying on the airplane out there. So I've never had full trust for doctors and hospitals, but man, it's like I've had times where I'm like, okay, I know I gotta get some videos out, I need to start working on it, but my mind is just so full with everything that I've done with the day. Like I'm not even lying. I've been here for a month now, and I have been at the hospital 28 out of 30 days, and I've been there between 9 and 10 hours a day on average. So I've been there every single day. I've seen her, and I've seen her progression more than the nurses, more than the doctors. And it pisses me off because certain people that want to have her moved on to the next stage, which would be considered like, basically we can give her more time to let her continue to heal and progress and fight. But what they're trying to push us to is to go to hospice. And with hospice, what they do is basically pump them full of drugs, make them very comfortable, take away their feeding tubes, take away the breathing tubes, and let them just slowly go away. And my sister's 44 years old. What infuriates me is I've had several of the ICU doctors say she's gonna wake up. She's gonna wake up. They have a feeling. And then there's been a particular doctor who is just absolutely horrible and says, oh, she has a 0% chance of recovery. It's not possible. He's never seen it in the history of the world. And that kind of stuff really, they also say she's not progressing. That particular doctor says she's not progressing, but I've been there every day. And she'll move and they'll say that's involuntary. However, she was only doing these involuntary movements once or twice a day for the last, however so long. Well, starting a week and a half ago, she started moving more and more and more. And now when I go in there, she'll move 50 times while I'm in there. So that's progressed. Today, or actually on Christmas, was it? Maybe the day before Christmas, she opened up her left eye for the first time, and she started opening it. And every day since she's opened up that eye. Today I go in, and this is just such a blessing from God. I walk in and her eyes already kind of open like that. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, are you there? Are you there, Kelly? Talking to her and stuff. And she starts opening her eyes more. She moves her head. She's, I'm saying something to her and she goes like this, jerks her head a little bit. And then I was holding her hand and I noticed while I'm talking to her, her fingers started moving. And it's the first time her fingers have moved since she's been there this whole entire month, which is just such a great sign to me. To go on even further with it, I'm talking to her at one point and telling her how God's got her and how great God is. And she opens her, like this eye. This eye is not opening, but this eye about halfway, and I can see her eye line up directly and look right at me, which she hasn't done that since the second day, which we're not going to get into that, but she made a very serious regression. Like, she hadn't moved for the first 2 days she was there. I arrived, and within 5 minutes she started moving. And that day she moved so much, and she could hear me. Like, she kept looking at us, and then there was one point, or opening her eyes a little bit, there was one point where I went to leave and I said goodbye and I kissed her on her forehead, and she shook her head no. And we left that day. It was such a, that was the first day that I had got there, but I came back in the morning and she did not move even a single centimeter for about the next week or two. So something happened between the night I left and the next morning. And what I found out was, well, I'll just say this. When I came in at 8:30 in the morning, I left that night at 8 o'clock at night. She was doing great. So much crazy stuff. It's like she hadn't moved in 2 days. I got there and it was a miracle. She started doing all this stuff. And I'll even tell you, fuck it, I don't even care. So right after we had this great day of her moving and doing all these things the doctors said they would hope she would do, check this out. Nurse comes in, or the respiratory doctor comes in and starts messing with the hoses and replacing them or something. And she said, oh, there seems to be a hole or something in here. And I'm hearing all of a sudden the alarms start going off, her numbers start crashing, and a bunch of nurses come in. They're all trying to do something and it's not working. And they page the respiratory doctor, and the respiratory doctor comes in, hooks up a tube, and bam, and all the alarms went off. All her stats went back up to normal. She was fine. This was like about a 5-minute whatever. It wasn't a big deal. She was still working, but obviously something was making her numbers crash. Now, that is kind of, I think they ended up telling me it happened because of a dysfunctional machine or something. So they brought another machine in, okay? So I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's almost 8 o'clock. You have to leave at 8 o'clock. And the nurse comes in and she's like, I have to give her medication. I'm like, oh, what are you giving her? And she's like, I have to give her fentanyl. And I'm like, wait, why are you giving her that? And she's like, well, it's to relax her because her numbers just crashed and stuff. And I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on, the numbers only crashed because you guys did something wrong with the machine or had a problem with the machine. And as soon as it was hooked up, the numbers went straight back up and they were normal. So why would you give her something like that based on that? I'm like, I want to talk to the doctor. The doctor came by, I spoke to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you know what, I agree with you, you're right, she doesn't need it. Because the doctor never said to give it. There was just notes in there that said as needed or whatever, or if she needed it. But I had talked with the doctor that morning, and we decided they had her on something that would keep her drowsy. We decided to take her off that since she started moving a little bit that day. Anyhow, it was fine. I felt like we dodged a bullet. The next morning I came in. I got there at 8:30, and damn it, I'm so pissed I didn't get there at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I get there at 8:30, and her blood pressure is 199 over 97. 199 over 97. And I'm like, yo, where's the nurse? And not to mention, all the alarms are going off. And I'm like, where's the nurse? Where's the nurse? And she's like, I'm right here. Don't worry. I got the medication. I'm going to give it to her. And I'm like, why did you wait so long to give it to her? Why did you wait till it got this high to give it to her? And she's like, it's fine. They'll explain it to you. Gave her the medication and it started going down. I asked, how long was it high for? She's like, didn't answer. I said, well, what time did you get here? She said she got there at 7:30 in the morning and her pressure was 173 over something. And they said her and the neurologist knew all about it. And I basically was very upset at that point because I felt like they just weren't even paying attention or something to let it get to that high. Anyways, I went down to administration and I went and bitched and complained about it. I said, I don't know what the hell is going on here, why they let that happen, because, well, I'll get to that. why they let it get that high or whatever. So anyways, I go back up a little bit later in the day and I asked the nurse, why did you let the pressure get that high? Like before you gave her anything. And she says it's because the neurologist told her to. He wanted to see how she would react to high pressure. What the? Now, there is a medical thing where they can raise pressures called hypertension, something or another, whatever, but they only go up to like 180 before they administer something. And they watch after them. Like they have to have somebody watching after them. And what's crazy about her telling me that the neurologist told her to, the day before, this neurologist had came in and he basically, this was day 2, okay? I had just got there, and as soon as I got there, she moved a little bit, and the neurologist comes in, I'm like, he's talking and saying, yeah, she's not really showing any signs of anything. I'm like, no, she is. I just seen a bunch. I'm like, I even recorded on my phone. And he's like, oh, really? Well, let me see you do it now. And I was like, Kelly. And she didn't do it right then and there. And he had like 5 or 6 students with him at the time. So he's like, yeah, no, I'm not really seeing. I'm like, I can show you on my phone. He's like, no, I don't need to see it. I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, we'll test something out. And he told one of the students, let's do the bite test. So a student put something in her mouth, and the student goes, oh, wow, she's biting down. She's biting down really hard. And the neurologist goes, And all the students kind of like look at him like, I guess you're wrong, doc, or something. I don't know. Kind of had like smirks on their face. Anyway, she was biting it. She wouldn't even let it go. And I just said, Kelly, let it go. And she went, ah, and she opened her mouth as I said that. But she's not making any progress according to him. So anyways, that was the dealing with that neurologist, because what also on that day is, she had just came in 2 days before, okay? You're going to obviously not make any decisions right away, give some time, see how things go. This guy is saying you guys are going to have to make a decision right away if you're going to like let her try to continue, which I don't recommend, or take her through the hospice route. I'm like, this motherfucker saying on the day 2 of her being in here, he's talking about that? What's going on here? So I had a very distaste for him. Well, let's just say I made so much stink at that place after what happened. I have not seen that guy ever since. And I feel like him or that nurse, I don't know if the nurse wasn't paying attention and let it get that high, or if it was the neurologist doing something shady. I don't know. But right after that point, she did not move. We left her that night. She was moving. I would kiss her on her forehead. She goes like this. And then the doctor tells me she's not moving the next morning. I'm like, no shit, she's not moving. Like, you let her pressure get that high. So I tried to request the records so that I could see how long it was high for. And even with the power of attorney with my mom, I fought them day after day. They're like, oh yeah, you guys have access to the records. Of course, you can see them anytime. They'd even tell me, like the neurologist just said, yeah, she didn't have any chance of any survival. However, the doctor that does the what do you call it, radiology, the radiologists don't seem to agree with me. And you can read their report if you want, and I'm like, yeah, we want to read the report. Yo, every day we couldn't read no report. Now also, when she got there, they did an MRI, and it showed different areas of damage or whatever. Well, they show us they do an MRI like a week after that incident that happened. And they said, yeah, nope, she doesn't have any stroke, and it doesn't look like there's any more damage or anything. But you see these, they point at these specks or spots, and they said, see, this is where there's damage. Well, there's extra specks and spots on the second MRI, and they're telling us there's nothing. So it goes way further, and there's so much more to it, but that just kind of gives you a little bit of idea of what I've had to battle through with these people. And it was literally day after day after day after day going between administration and then just not trusting them at all, because it's almost like they were covering something up. Because they said, put it this way, there's an online thing, okay, that the hospital has. It's called the portal, where you can go and see all the chart information, MRIs, all the notes, all her numbers, vital statistics, everything. Every family there has it, and ours doesn't work. And they're like, oh no, you should have it. And we're like, no, it's not working. And then we finally get logged in, and then there's nothing there. It's completely empty. And we're talking to the nurse. She's like, oh no, you can find it on there. It works for everybody. It doesn't work for us. So for a week, for an entire 7 or 8 days, they kept telling us to just, do this or do that. And then they were like, go to records and request it. So I went to records and requested, and then records kind of like, well, who sent you over here? Well, yeah, you're gonna need this, that, and whatever. And then I give them this, that, and whatever. And then they basically send me something that only shows a little bit of stuff. So I have to go back in the next day and say, no, I need her vital signs from this morning from 7 a.m. to 8:30 until 9 a.m. because I want to know what it was in between, and I also wanted to see the radiologist reports. And it wasn't. I said those are the only things I need. So I literally ended up walking over to this building that has the stuff, and I'm like, I need this stuff, and the lady said, oh, no problem, I'll print it out for you. I'm like, really? Okay, great. I'm like, how long will that be? Should I come back? She's like, no, I'll have it done in 5 minutes. So I sit down, I'm waiting 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, something ain't right. And I'm like, watch somebody come from outside the back and tell me another excuse. Because this is just over, day after day after day, there's another excuse or some delay. Some lady comes out, what did you need, sir? I need what's on the damn paper. You know what I need. I told her what I needed. She's like, oh, well, we just sent that over to your mother. I'm like, you did? She's like, yes, we sent it this morning. I'm like, okay. So I go back, I leave for the day, go online, go through my mom's thing, go through the thing, and guess what? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I have to go back the next morning. I mean, it went on and on and on and on and on. It's to the point where it happened so many days in a row that it wasn't a coincidence that I was fighting with them so much that I was talking about having to get lawyers involved, that why would they do that when every other family could get the records? We couldn't. Makes you wonder, right? So the good news is, like I said, I've seen improvements, especially these last couple of weeks, even when the doctors may not say that. But again, I really just don't trust them. And then today, me and my mom, we leave the hospital, and she's at Marshall's or something, and some lady who works there just happened to come up to her and start talking to her, and I guess my mom told her about my sister, and she's like, really? She's like, my brother was in a coma, and he stopped breathing for over 10 minutes, and he was in a coma for a month, and they told him, that there was no chance and everything, and he woke up after 1 month, and he was completely fine. And you know what? We understand she might not wake up and be completely fine. We can fight, go through rehab, whatever, but she deserves that chance. And for people, doctors, hospitals, to be tricking and lying to people, because they've lied to me. I haven't even got into that, but I'm not going to talk anymore about the details. But to do those things to family members, especially with, like, I know my mom, she cannot process it very well. Either can my sister's boyfriend. They're too emotionally connected, and so am I, but I'm able to disconnect to because I need to, because I have to right now. I can't get emotional. I have to, continue to figure out what the frick is going on, and there's just so much they continue to hide and lie about. And I can't tell you how many nurses have come up to me on the down low and said, you're doing good. Don't quit. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them get the best of you. Don't let up on them. Like I've had actual nurses come up to me under the table because they know what happens at these places. And it's just absolutely insane that this is the United States healthcare system, that profits come above health and people's lives. It's such an eye-opening, shocking thing to me. It's just insane. And I can't believe that doctors would lie to me, and then I would catch them lying, I would bust them and expose them lying, and then they would find a way to kind of like, gaslight you, and they have a way to spin everything. And I swear it must be a class that they have or a training that they have at this hospital, because, that's crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and also would really appreciate if you guys would continue to pray for my sister. Like I said, it's actually tomorrow will be exactly 1 month. So, the fact that I've seen improvement, especially today was the best day ever. She did so much that she's never done today, and she continues to do that. And I have faith that God will heal her and didn't bring her all this way for nothing, But anyways, I just wanted to explain that to you guys so you can see kind of like why I haven't uploaded and why I haven't been able to even like edit consistently, just because my head is, you know, not even just while I'm there, it's also digging through these online records, just the stress of it all. It's hard to concentrate on getting videos done. And I do know that you guys are being very patient, and I do appreciate that a lot. And again, I will have a brand new video up for you guys on Monday. And also, I'm getting ready right after this live stream in a minute to drop the Abandoned Cathedral video with me and my boy Omar Vash TV. I don't think many of you guys have ever seen it because, like I said, it's been on unlisted for the last 6 years. Plus, I added Omar's video and I mixed it all in, so it's pretty cool. But before I go, I'm gonna read some of your comments because I've seen you guys just sending so many comments, and I know I missed so many. And this is the kind of live stream that I'll probably go back to later and read some of those comments. Where you at? Come here. Come here. Come here. Ooh, yeah, I got a little guest I want to say hello to. Yep, that's my sister's dog. Te quiero, Taco Bell. Te quiero, Taco Bell. Here, you sit here for a minute so they can look at you and I can read comments so they're not looking at the floor. James, hope your sister's okay. Thank you, Soundwave. Appreciate that. Hey, Kat. Appreciate the prayers. What's up, Sambala? God definitely does. Kelsey, definitely am. Vicky, love you too. What's up, Amy? Thanks for being here. Lori. Actually, you know what? Before I start reading these comments, let me drop the video really quick. So it's going to look like it's lagging for about 30 seconds. It's not lagging. I have to minimize this to do it. So give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, actually that wasn't even 30 seconds. It was like 3 seconds. I love that dog. Oh, they like you, Amy. I mean, Amy likes you. Hospital administration sign contacts. Have administration drugs. Yeah. Prayer should come back. Yes, Emily, for sure. He looks sad. He is sad. He's actually sad because I will do. No worries, hon. Thanks, Michelle. He's just a little sad because I think he's gonna poop. No, he's fine. He come here. My sister's daughter, my niece, she went out with my sister's boyfriend for just a little bit. So they went out to go eat somewhere. Actually, she went to go. My niece has been sick for several weeks, and she just, she went to the doctor. Was taking antibiotics, and she just got better. And today was the first day she went and visited her mom in the hospital, which was, I'm sure, a very emotional thing. That's why I'm here alone by myself watching the doggy, because they don't leave the dog home alone by himself. He's not used to that, right? Right? Oh, you okay, Bit? His name is Little Bit. Anyhow, yeah, I just dropped that video so you guys know. So if you want to, as soon as I end this live stream, you guys can go over and watch it. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's huge abandoned church. It's actually a cathedral, but it's in the ghetto. Like, this place was literally in the ghetto. It was so freaky and scary, this place, that my boy Omar, I started my video and he was nowhere to be found. I had to stop my video and I called him. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, man, there's so many people, crazy looking people out here. I don't know if I want to go in here. I'm like, bro, I'll come out and get you. So you'll see in my video, I stopped and then went and got him and brought him in. And then he did an uncut video. So what I did was I downloaded his video and then mixed it in with mine. So while he's doing something, you watch him, and then it cuts back to me, and then to him and me, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty neat place. But yeah, again, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate the love and prayers. If you have any advice for me or anything, feel free to leave it in the normal comment section. I will definitely read it. But yes, I am trying to, I have not been home. I wasn't home for Christmas. I sent my kids their Christmas gifts. I left right before Thanksgiving, so I haven't been home for Thanksgiving or Christmas. I like left my house in a hurry, and that was a month ago. So actually a little over a month ago. Well, yeah, a little over a month ago, I think. I don't know, something like that. But yep, I gotta be here. You know what you gotta do sometimes for family, you know what I mean, guys? And I think if we haven't shown that hospital how much she's loved and how many people love her, I don't know if she'd be here right now. And to me, I definitely don't even get emotional because like I feel blessed that God's even given her this chance. Like she shouldn't even have a chance right now. It's like it's a miracle that she's even fighting for her life right now. It really is. And if she, you know, gets out of this with any type of life, I'm gonna tell you guys, it's gonna be the greatest story ever told. It will be the biggest miracle, the most obstacles, hurdles, you guys. It'd be the craziest story ever. And I'm so glad that I documented everything. I kind of started doing it just for my family. But then after a while, I'm like, you know, there's so much crazy shit going on here. I need to document this because if this can happen to us here, and it's in like Boca Raton, like it's in the Beverly Hills of Florida. You know, it's not like in just a rinky-dink little place. And yeah, it could happen anywhere. So I think it's very important for me to share that with you guys. So if you ever go through anything like this, you know, you guys know what to do. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Make sure you guys go check out my video. It's live right now. The Haunted Cathedral video is called The Dangers of Exploring. And then on Monday, which is what, the 30th, I'll have a brand new video for you guys. And then the bangers start of the year. So again, thank you guys for the love and prayers. I know I keep saying that, but I really am very, very, very appreciative of that because I feel like that's one of the main reasons my sister is here, because of all you guys that have been praying. So got strong faith and love, and you know, God is good. That's all I can say. But anyways, me and Lil Bit are gonna say goodbye to you guys. Make sure you check out the new video, and if you do go watch the video, make sure you leave a comment with hashtag #FamLove in the actual video, the Dangers of Exploring video. So all right guys, I love you. Peace.